Paul Cully last updated 2213, August 27, 2017. Wallabies first 5/8. Bernard Foley missed 3 conversions and a penalty that would have secured his side a win. Opinion. Here are the 5 key points to take away from the weekend's Rugby Championship action, including what to make of the All Blacks' last gasp win over the Wallabies. Point 1. Thriller and DUNEDINI. Refrain from using the word classic, as that belongs to the better quality Women's World Cup final won by the Black Ferns on Sunday, poses a tough question. Do we pat the Wallabies on the back for an improved effort or lament the errors in selection, tactics and skill that has kept the Bledisloe Cup in New Zealand for another year? I'm inclined to do the latter. Read more. Bill Bledisloe pain will make Wallabies better. Moody surprised by scrum. All Blacks win. Thriller. How Reed-inspired Abzione shows HES the real deal. Curtly Beale outclassed Sonny Williams in the Battle of the No-12s, writes Paul Cully. The Wallabies should have had the All Blacks buried in Dunedin. Bernard Foley missed 3 conversions and a penalty. They punched holes in the All Blacks' defence. They drove back their ball carriers. They forced Beauden Barrett and Sonny Bill Williams into multiple mistakes. Had they forced the series into a decider in Brisbane, they would have fancied their chances on the evidence of the last 110 minutes of Bledisloe rugby. It seems churlish to ask given the effort levels on Saturday, but have the Wallabies just missed a wonderful opportunity to? Curtly Beale dominated Sonny Bill Williams in defence of the All Blacks midfielder. Williams played like he had taken a whack on the head the week before in Sydney, which of course he did. Perhaps he should not have played after all. Certainly he was coughing up the ball in the early stages even before Beale got into the game. But as the game progressed it became quite clear how much the contest meant to be Beale. He was massive on defence. There was that brilliant strip on Williams close to the try line in the second half, but don't forget the thumping tackle on Williams minutes earlier. His late try probably deserved to be the match winner. It was probably his finest night in goal. Point 3. A tough end for Stephen Moore. Never did the phrase "you don't get to write your own script" seem more apt than when Moore was replaced at the end of the first half because the Wallabies scrum was getting crunched. Tatafu Politano should have started the game and will surely wear the number 2 jersey against the Springboks in Perth in a fortnight, because the Springboks have been very good at scrum time. Moore has been a warrior for the Wallabies for a long time, but the past 2 years have asked a lot from his body, and the player we saw on Saturday night is not the one most will fondly remember. 4. Michael Cheika lands a few decent blows. Cheika's press conference was a pretty handy performance of pushing Kiwi buttons without actually going as far as saying the referee got the All Blacks out of jail. And boy, does Cheika push the Kiwis' buttons. He indicated that Brodie Retallick should have been carded. I personally disagree given the evidence, but can see the argument, and gave the impression that the Wallabies didn't get a fair go before then pulling back and putting the blame on the loss squarely on the Wallabies. Cheika's mindset for the Bledisloe has clearly been I'm not going to take any nonsense, and I think his players belatedly responded. Cheika needed a big performance from his men, and he got it. 5. Pumas have gone backwards since joining Super Rugby. It may not be the only factor, but Argentina were woeful in losing 4,123 to the Springboks in Salta on Sunday and look to have regressed in the past 2 years. Their scrum came third in the 2-horse race for the second week running, and their only points came from South African errors or poor discipline in a poor, spiteful game. They seem to have shelved the offload game but have put nothing in its place. Their pack has size and aggression but no self-control, and Juan Martin Hernandez's best days at number 10 are long gone. They look like the very definition of cannon fodder in this year's tournament and must be wondering when the promised dividends of being in Super Rugby are going to appear. Paul Cully's team of the WEK 1. Joe Moody New Zealand 2. Dane Coles New Zealand 3. Nepo Laulala New Zealand 4. Eben Etzebeth South Africa 5. Rory Arnold Australia 6. Liam Squire New Zealand 7. Sia Kolisi South Africa 8. Sean McMahon Australia 9. Will Jenny Australia 10. Beauden Barrett New Zealand 11. Rico Ione New Zealand 12. Curtly Beale Australia 13. Tevita Kuridrani Australia 14. Ben Smith New Zealand 15. Israel Folau Australia Sydney Morning Herald.